Hi and welcome to prestashoptraining.com. In this video we're going to learn how to create a favorites icon, which is this little guy right here. Now when PrestaShop is downloaded and set up initially, it comes with the default logo and it comes with the default favorites icon. In a previous video we changed out the default logo for this new prestatraining.com logo, and now we're going to change out the default favorites icon to a favorites icon that we're actually going to create using a graphics manipulation program called GIMP. And we'll head off to the back office here and I'll show you the area that you need to look for your favorites icon first, and then we'll actually go and create a favorites icon using GIMP. Now there's many ways that you can create favorites icons. This is just going to be one of several ways that I'm going to show you. You can create a favorite icon from scratch, just actually using a special program and creating it pixel by pixel, or you can do what I'm going to show you in this training video, which is take an existing image, whether it's a picture or a graphic that was created for you by a professional, and actually create the 16 by 16 pixel favorites icon that you need in order to upload, so you can change out this guy right here. Okay, let's go to the back office administration panel. In the back office, you're going to find your favorites icon area by going to Preferences and then Appearance. It's in the same location as the header logo was, and we've already uploaded our header logo. So what I'm going to do for my favorites icon, I've got this little graphic symbol right here. I think I'm going to use that just because that will be a nice branding picture for my website. This wording here is not going to work in a 16 by 16 pixel space. You basically need something that's like a picture or something that's going to signify your site in a very small area. So this is where we'll wind up loading up our favorites icon. But first, before we do that, we need to actually create the favorites icon. So I'm going to open up my graphics program, which is GIMP. And if you don't know what GIMP is, just search Google and search for GNU image manipulation program, or you can also search for download GIMP, and that should bring up the results you need in order to download the most recent version of GIMP. And it's a free open source program similar to Photoshop, probably not quite as full featured as Photoshop, but it's free versus a very, Photoshop's very expensive. So and GIMP will do everything that you need to do in order to create this favorites icon that we're discussing. So I'm going to open up GIMP and then I'll show you how to make your first icon. With GIMP open, I'm going to open my file folder and bring up my image. I recently received a professionally created logo. Actually, I got two of them. One is with the white background and one is with the blue background. But I'm going to use the one with the white background so you can see how I'm going to create my little favorites icon a little easier. So I'll open this up, and it's just a JPEG image. Now don't be intimidated, because even if you don't know anything about GIMP, you don't need to. All you have to do is follow my instructions and you should be able to create a favorites icon very easily. So once you have GIMP open and you have any picture or any image imported or opened up here, then the next thing you want to do, like in my case, I'll show you how I'm going to take this little piece right here and make it into a square block. And that's the one thing that's really critical about creating a favorites icon. You need a square image. It doesn't matter what size for right now. We'll eventually get it to the size it needs to be, but just know that you need to make this image square. So I'm going to get this little shopping cart symbol by going up here to this X-Acto knife looking object, and if you hold your mouse over it says the crop tool. So I'm going to be sure that that's selected, and I'm just going to randomly pull out a cropping window here, and I'm going to let go of the mouse. Don't worry about the size by pulling it out, because what we're going to go over here and do is be really specific on the actual size. Now you can see it says size in pixels 306 by 336. The easiest thing to make it square is just take the largest dimension and make them both equal. And it does not matter what the size is. Absolutely makes no difference whatsoever. So we'll do a 336 by a 336. And if you think you want to make that a little smaller, tighten it up on the sides or whatever, you can certainly do that. You can make it 300 by 300. Just play around a little bit, see what fits for you. And then I can move this. You can see I've got the directional arrow. I'll just move it to what works the best. And that looks pretty good. I think I might make it a little smaller though, just so I can narrow it up a bit. I'm going to make it 280 by 280 and see if that works. See if I can still fit that in there. That's a little tight, I guess 290 by 290. But I'm just kind of showing you this so you can understand that this is how you can play around with it, get your different sizes. Okay, I think that'll work. So I'm just going to center it a little bit more. And I'll call that good. So now that you can still see I've kind of got this Presta training in the background over here. In order to make this an image, I just need to click on it. So there, I clicked on it, it accepted the cropped image, and now I have an image that's 290 by 290 pixels. And I'm going to change that to 100%. Just so I can look at it easier. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is scale it down. Well, actually we don't even need to do that because the favorites icon generator program will do that for us. So let's just save this as a 290 by 290 file. The important thing is that it's square. So go to File, Save As. Now I'm at the location that I want to save my favicon. I'm just going to save it. I'm going to title it as favicon.jpg, and I'm going to click Save. And you'll see this dialog box come up that's going to ask you what kind of quality do you want to save your icon as, favicon as I mean. And right now the file size is 39.2. That's fine. If you move this up or down, it will actually change the compression or the quality of your image, but that's fine for now because it's going to get reduced significantly into a 16 by 16 pixel image, so this is not anything to worry about at all. So we'll go ahead and save that. And now you can see it's been saved as a favicon.jpg as a 290 by 290. Now we're going to open up a favicon generator program that I found on Google, and if you want to use this one, it's just www.favicongenerator.com. I found this by searching Google, and there's a very, very long list of favicon generator programs that came up. This one was one of the first ones. It was nice and simple to use. I'm not using this for any other reason other than the fact that I found it a little easier than a couple of the others that I looked at to use. So go ahead and get here, and it says first step 1, locate the image that you'd like to use, and we've already created that so we know where it's at. It just says make sure that the dimensions are perfectly square, 100 by 100. Well, in our case 290 by 290, so it doesn't matter, it's just square. Now we're going to browse for the location. Okay, there's our favicon.jpg. I'm going to open it, and step 3 is press the generate favicon button below. Scroll down a little bit and it says complete. Click here to download your favicon. So click there, and you'll see it's created a favicon.ico. Just going to hit save, and there we go. Okay, now that we've got our favicon downloaded, I'm just going to go ahead and double click on it, or I could right click and open, and it's going to bring it up in your graphics program. Since GIMP is my graphics program, it just brought it up. If you use Photoshop or Paint or whatever, it'll bring it up in that program. You might have to do an open as, but this is my 16 by 16 icon image. Now we just need to save this. So we'll click Save, and just to show you that you don't need to really know anything about GIMP, here's a dialog box that says Save as Windows Icon. It's talking about something that I don't know what it is, so I'm not going to worry about it, but I'm going to click Save. And I've been through this process before, so I know this will work. So if you see something like this and don't know what to do about it, just click Save. This is not a huge image, so it's not something we really need to worry about as far as is it going to be too big or the right type. It will work, so just don't worry about that. Okay, now we have this saved in the right location. Let's go ahead and go back to the back office, and I'll show you how to upload it. So we're in the back office where I showed you before. We're in Preferences, Appearances, Preferences, Appearances, and you can either upload the icon by clicking on the Browse button, or you can just click in this area. And you'll see it comes up in our sample favicons folder. Here is the favicon, and I'm just going to double click on that, and there's the path. So now we have to click Save. Okay, so you can see that our favicon is showing up right here. So now let's go back to the store. Now this may not change right away because we might have to do something in order to clear our cache, but let's just double check here. Let's hit reload. And you can see that it still has not changed. Now even if I hit reload again, it might not change. This is very common, and what you most of the time have to do is clear your cache or your cookies in your browser. Sometimes by closing your browser and restarting it, that might be enough. Let's go ahead and try that. Okay, we'll close Firefox, and then we'll reopen Firefox. Okay, that still did not change it, so I'm going to show you how to change, or I'm sorry, I'm going to show you how to clear your cache and your cookies. In Mozilla Firefox, you go to Tools, and then Clear Recent History, and it'll bring up this dialog box where you can choose the things that you'd like to clear. And you'll notice that cookies and cache are selected, so let's just go ahead and clear now. Okay, so the dialog box went away, everything should be cleared. I'm going to click reload. Well, that didn't work, so let's go ahead and close the browser and reopen it. And there it did reload this time. So the reason I'm not going to delete this from the actual presentation of the video is because I want you to see sometimes what might happen to you. And I could have just edited this all out so you saw a direct path on just clearing your cookies in your cache and then closing your browser, but I think it's kind of important that you see the things that can go wrong so it's easier for you to learn how to avoid them. So the simple way of doing it after you upload your icon is simply go to Tools and then Clear Recent History and then clear everything by clicking the Clear Now button, at least in Mozilla Firefox. Internet Explorer I'm sure has a similar operation, and then just go ahead and close. You might as well just close your browser right away and then reopen your browser. So that's the fastest, easiest way to do it, but if you run into some of those other problems, this will help you understand what's going on. Okay, that is the first method of creating a favicon, and in other videos we're going to actually look at how to create a text-based favicon by using GIMP, and then we'll also use another program called ICOFX. It's ICOFX, and it's a specialized free favicon generating program that's pretty slick that some people like to use. So we'll have 3 options to create a favicon, and hopefully one of them will work for you. Alright, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.